Paulette, as you is Health and Fitness Day. Oh my goodness, guys, let me tell you something. I tried out a workout yesterday that basically is another level of workouts. Okay, I did pump heavy, and that's where you're lifting weights and you're doing it slowly, and it basically is for a certain period of time, but then you're working two muscles at the same time. They call it here pump heavy. And let me tell you, that threw me another loop. I thought boxing shocked my body, but pump heavy definitely shocked my body. I did that yesterday. Like y'all know, on Thursday, I decided from now on Thursday, I am not going to go and work out because I need to recover. You know, it's been a tough week for me. Listen, for the last couple of days, it's been lifing over here, okay? When I tell you, getting ready to go on a vacation, getting ready to gather all your things together, I just want you guys to know that it takes a lot of time. Okay? I just thinking about it, I'm stressed. I'm overwhelmed. I feel like I'm not getting any headway. And, you know, that's why I just decided since Monday, I was like, last weekend, I was like, I'm done. Monday through Friday was enough for me. Monday came around, life was life in. Tuesday came around, life was definitely life in. You know, yesterday was Wednesday, and life was life in again, guys. You know, life be life in you. You can't get away from it. So you got to roll with the punches. So today I was like, you know, today's Thursday. I'm going to just come on because I got to let everybody know too that life be life, and not only with you, life be life with me too. And where I just have to figure out, you know, different routines and, um, you know, directions and how I'm going to take certain things. But you know, I was just been out in fires all this week, and that's why today I was like, you know what, forget about that. We're going to just come on here. We're going to go live. I know it's early. It's not my normal time, but I came on anyway because I want you all to know that life has been life in, not in a negative way, but you know, in one of those ways where you're like, okay, I guess it's not going to slow down for you. Okay, life is not going to slow down because you're having an overwhelming day, or you're just feeling like, you know, something is happening to you and you can't figure out how to maneuver yourself around it, you know. So I just want you guys to know is that when life is life in you, you just add some sugar and make some lemonade, okay? Because it's not going to slow up on you. It's not going to get any easier. I remember reading once a book, and they had like a little, you know, a little story with everybody carrying their own cross, you know. And there was one individual that kept asking God, you know, him, can you make it a little bit lighter for me? Can you make it a little bit lighter for me? And you know, he will cut a little piece off of their cross in order to make it where they can carry it stress free. Well, it came to the point where everybody got to the bridge to cross over. And when they got to the bridge to cross over, everybody took their cross and laid it across the bridge, and they were able to cross over because it connected from one side of the bridge to the other side, and they crossed over peacefully and without stress. Now the individual that was complaining the whole time, asking God to, you know, cut off a little piece of his cross, guess what, he ended up not being able to connect his cross to the other side. So guess what learning lesson that was? He had to go all the way from the beginning and start walking all the way to the little ledge that you had to throw your cross, the bridge. And in order to cross over, because he had to carry the cross from the starting point to the finish in order to cross over. However, the whole moral of this story is that stop complaining when we're going through life. And you know, life, and it's so easy for us to just murmur and complain, and you know, it's not working, the end of the world is coming, oh my gosh, I can't see it, Lord, and you just start complaining instead of enjoying your process, enjoying all of the tribulations that you're going through, because remember, it's just temporary, it's just for a season, it's not forever. It's just a little burden that you have to carry, and you got to carry it gracefully. And cutting off and throwing tantrum and asking God to take away your cross from you is just cutting you short. So when you do reach to that finish line that He already have placed for you, you're not able to cross over because you cut your cross too short and it can't fit. So you can't you can't get across the bridge. And I don't ever want to be that individual that gets to the finish line and I can't finish because I complain so much around the way. I got to start all over again. Haven't you felt in these, like, whenever you're going through something and you start complaining about it, or you just can't stand that you're going through this scenario over and over, you're like, Lord, why are you repeating this over and over for me? I thought I had learned my lesson, but I guess you haven't. And it's just because you kept asking to be comfortable through your tribulation instead of just asking for strength to get through that process in order to reach to the other side so that we wouldn't have to redo it all over again. So when it comes to the patience in my life, I know that I keep repeating it because scenarios, I mean, asking him, Lord, can you show me patience? Which for the last couple of times I told him, I say, I think I got it, Lord. Don't send me no more scenarios. I don't need to go through any more scenarios where I have to learn how to be patient through. I am learning though that through the process of learning patience that you also develop a certain type of strength because you have to have and grace as well because you're not only tolerating an individual or a scenario, you also asking for strength to withstand. Because sometimes you would just give up. You be like, "Psh, forget you. I'm done with you." And sometimes I have to check myself and be like, is that Christ-like? Is that forget you? Is that even a word? No, that's the bad behavior that we came up upon and is an easy out to say forget you. I don't want to come across as forget you. You'll be the one to say forget you. I'll always try to knock every once in a while, like, hey, because I know that I'm not the only one going through something. I mean, many of you guys up in here today is going through something today, right now, as I'm speaking. You're probably struggling or battling with whatever. And, this month is right around the corner to be ending, and we are getting into June, and I just want you to know that the month of May is mental health. And we all need a little therapy every once in a while, because what I've noticed too, and you all know I shared the story with my brother. And me and him had a conversation yesterday, and I had to tell him, I said, when you drain your energy and you allow somebody else to come and take away your peace from you by you coming to another individual and loading them up with your rocks. What you're doing is that you're zapping their energy away from them and their peace unwantingly. So when we have the conversation, he was like, I didn't see it like that. I just thought that whenever I'm going through something, I could always come and I could talk to you, and you basically, you always give me that positive vibe and fill me up. And I had to be honest with him. I say, bro, but when I fill you up, I drain myself. And in order for me to recover and put that get back to my full potential, I have to withdraw myself. And I would tell him, I said, sometimes instead of you sucking all of energy out, like my peace, it's best to just drop a little bit at a time, and not the same rocks that you've been dropping for the last 5 months. Give me something, give me a little pebble or something. If you throw a rock on me, I can handle a rock. Don't get me wrong. I can handle a rock. However, though, when you throw a rock on somebody, meaning that you're going through whatever tribulations, whatever test that you're going through that day. Hi, Sister Kadisha. Welcome to Life with Paulette. Hope all is well with you, sis. But like what I was mentioning, whatever you're going through that day, yes, you're going to have onesie, twosie friends. Those go through individuals that you can go to and you could just drop a little pebble here and there. Sometimes some friends have rocks, like heavy rocks, big ones that they'll slap you with, and you could handle that one time, right? Well, sometimes people get so comfortable dropping rocks on you, they're not aware that they're dropping rocks because they're so used to do it that they keep doing it, and what it's doing to you is weighing you down. So instead of you worrying about, I wonder what color shoes I'm going to wear tomorrow, you're worried about the individual that dropped their rock on you, and you're telling them the scenarios of how they can loosen their load, but they're not listening to you because they just want to drop rocks because it's a habit. So when you set your boundaries, like I always tell my I'm going to use my brother as an example because that's just the facts. I'd be like, listen, you could tell me a scenario, drop a rock on me today, and I can say, okay, here's what I would do. I understand what you're saying. I felt the same way, but here's what I would do. And I will give you a freebie in order to solve your problem. Now, if you're going to come back to me 3 days later with that same problem and you didn't do what I told you, I have a problem now. So now I have to set my boundaries on, we're not going to talk about that subject because I already told you how to solve it. You didn't listen. So at this point in time, you're on your own. I know it sounds tough. I know it sounds aggressive, but I'm talking to my family member. I don't know how you and your family member deal with it. And I'm the go-to individual for my family. Always, for everybody will always come to me in order to help build them up or boost them up. I'm like a gas pump. I'll gas you up. Yeah, you're the best, because that's just who I am. But then it's draining as well. And they'll be like, "Oh, you're so easy to talk to, Paulette. Oh my gosh." And then sometimes I'm like, "What? Sometimes I don't want to talk. Sometimes I don't. You may think I want to talk. Sometimes I don't want to talk. Sometimes I just want to probably send you a text to let you know that, hey, I'm thinking about you, which I am. And that's honest. But sometimes I don't want to talk because it's overwhelming. It takes a lot of energy out. And anyway, by the way, speaking of talking, on this new app with Lyft that I've been doing, that they gave me another. I got two more strikes for the same thing. I don't know what's going on with Lyft. So if you call me, you can't get me. Just know my phone is on do not disturb, not just for you, even for myself, because I get distracted real quick. If you text me or you call me, I'm like, oh, I wonder if everything is okay with so and so. Let me just figure out how I'm gonna reach back out to them. And I am Captain Save Somebody. And I gotta go. Everything okay? Oh yeah, I was just checking in on you. So what happens is that distracts me from working because now I gotta pull over because if I have somebody in my car, like a Lyft ride, what I've noticed is, people don't say nothing, but they're in the back there, like Kermit the Frog on the typewriter, just typing up a whole bunch of stuff. Mrs. TNT. Hope all is well with you, sis. It's so good to see you. So going back to that is, my phone is on Do Not Disturb. So if you ever call me and you're like, oh my God, Paulette's not answering, it's because my phone do not allow me. It will silence it and you'll go straight to my voicemail, especially if I'm driving. And I think I set it up like that lately for the last couple of months but first I had, certain individuals calls would have been able to get in, like, my daughter, my husband, just in case of emergency, my son's school, and my sisters, my mom. But I even had to told them, listen, I'm shutting you all off. The only person that can get onto me on a phone call when I'm driving is my daughter, because she homeschool and sometimes I am her outlet to let out all what she's going through on during school. And that's the only one that has access while I'm driving. Everybody else will have to wait till when I pull over and I go manually and check to see what's going on. So I'll prefer, instead of calling me, just text me. And eventually, once I get a moment to go check my notification, because I turn off notifications as well, I will go and check my notifications and see, and I'll catch up in the chats around lunchtime or when I'm charging. And I just changed that part just the ending of last week once I got my other strike, which is horrible. I'm like, why y'all striking me? Because it said I was touching. So every time y'all call me, it will stop my CarPlay. So I have to touch the screen of the CarPlay in order to go back to my driving directions. And I guess the people were seeing me touching the screen too much and they file a complaint. So I have to do 100 rides in order to get rid of them. So that's one of the reasons why please just text me. You don't need a call unless it's an emergency. And if you text me and you want to talk to me, just ask, hey, what's a good time, and I'll be more than happy to call you at your convenience back to you too. That's just something I just had to switch up because Lyft is like my money maker, okay? Lyft is my money maker, and I can't be messing up my bags to have conversations, that's not you know, that can wait until after work. And on another note, if you guys go live during any time that Paulette is at work, and you don't see me in the audience, I just want you to know that I'll go back in the evening once I get home, and I'll support still. Okay. I think I mentioned that before, but I'm just mentioning it again because these new little crazy rules that's coming up here, and I got to stay focused on this road. So I don't go long on your lives sometime if I'm not home because I'm outside, and I'm noticing that everybody's going live around lunchtime here. Like, why are y'all going live around, you know, before 4 o'clock? Because now, see, TNT going live, but I miss Brother TNT's live the last couple of times, but I'll go back and I'll, show my support just because um, life been life, but I always go back and make sure that I give my little thumbs up. I always go back and make sure that I get you guys all, you know, show you all some love. So you may not see me on your lives is because I am driving. That is my go-to app, my number one app right now, and I can't be listening in the background while this car plays doing what it want to do. And I just letting y'all know you'll see me in evening time. So she said, Brother T Paulette, on TNT News, we know our I know, sister, I know, but I always like to remind, I don't, I always like to remind my little circle. So just so y'all know, if you don't see me, it's because I'm working. Okay, I'm working. I gotta get my money on. All right, so I be working, but then sometimes, people forget. So I'm reminding you all, if you don't see me, if you come on around my work time, Paulette, bye bye. You may not see me, but I'll go in the evening and I'll check you all out, make sure you all got your thumbs up, probably leave a comment. Um, Majority of the time, I'll probably leave a little comment. Sometimes I don't get a chance to leave a comment. But yes, guys, so today is Thursday, and health and fitness. How you guys going on with your health and fitness? Hope all is well with you guys. I tried something new this week, which was um, pump heavy. I lifting heavier weights at a slower pace. I love that class, by the way. Now I don't see me doing it like every Thursday, every Wednesday, because my muscles, it's just not going to work like that. However, though, I feel like doing that class twice a week on top of my other weightlifting classes, plus my boxing class and body combat. Oh my gosh, guys, I will be chisel down. I'll be ready for summer, okay? I'll be ready for summer. So that's where I'm at, guys, when it comes to my health and fitness. I'm still on my journey. I'm still choosing the right foods that I know that's healthier for me to take. Not that I don't crave certain bad foods, but I just can't eat too much of them because I know that I will defeat the purpose, which is eating cleaner than what I used to. And today is going to be another, follow up with my nutritionist. So fingers crossed that I at least lost like 1 pound. That'll be great if I lose like 1 pound because I know this month was life in for me. I got a few pounds off. By the way, for my vacation, by next week, it may be one of those weeks like how this week was, where I come on, I just pop on, and then you won't see me again because I'm getting ready to figure out how am I gonna pack for me and 2 kids, for a vacation for a month and a half. Keep me in your prayers, guys. Keep me in your prayers, okay? Y'all keep me in your prayers. Pray all goes well with y'all. And, I will definitely keep you all posted. And if I get in any location that does have internet, I'll definitely be more than you guys along with me. That's the hope. But, sometimes I could plan one thing and then all of a sudden with no communications. So I just want you all to know that in advance, just in case you don't see me at all for a month and a half, then you know, I don't know. But that's about it, guys. That's about it. Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Oh, by the way, I gotta share this with you. So, for all y'all that like the little PayPal, that like your little Venmos, that like all those nice little, fast pays, money exchange, advice, lesson learned. Do not send money to nobody that you don't know. Okay? I got robbed 2 days ago because I wanted to get my hair done. All my hairstylists left island and I was being lazy. So I went on a social media platform and I found an individual and they come around talking about, you have to pay this down payment for scheduling, which is dumb because I don't know you, you don't know me either. So why am I going to give you my money, which is tangible, for you to have a hope that I'm going to show up or not show up intangibly? That makes no sense to me. However, though, I go there and she said she had an opening for the next day. Well, it was evening time, and I said, well, it's PayPal. In my mind, I'm thinking like you're back. You got PayPal will back you if you feel like you're getting into a fraud or something, right? Or somebody's trying to scam you. Well, they don't have no backing for you if you send to an individual account, unless you are sending through the bank account, whatever they explained the whole scenario with me. Well, long story short, your sister here got robbed. The individual sent me all their information, and I was like, okay, the page looked legit. I just need a two-strand twist, and I'll be good to go because I could retwist my own hair. So when I'm getting ready to go on my trip, I can fresh it up. Well, anyway, I sent her that thing. The moment I send my money, they deleted their accounts, all their social media. I was not able to get a hold of them and send me an address that is in an area that basically I don't even know who I'm looking for. So why would I drive to an area? I don't know if it's, girls friendly or not. I don't know which area it was. And I said, Paulette, in all of your life, you always very cautious. A few years ago, my husband got jinxed on the same PayPal, and I laughed at him. But you know what? Karma is something else. I laughed at him. I said, "How dare you not know that individuals are going to take advantage of you? Why would you do that?" And here I am, embarrassed to even tell him, like, "Honey, I just want you to know that I just got robbed." On my PayPal account, and PayPal said there's nothing they can do, and my bank say they can't do anything either. So you're not covered on none of those accounts. So my long story short to you is don't be looking for no exchange unless or sending money to strangers that you don't know, purchasing nothing unless you see face to face. The exchange will be as you hand me my product, I give you your money. That is the fair exchange. That's called trading, okay? Not you hand me your money. Now I don't know you from osmosis, and you hand me your money, and then all of a sudden, you uproot yourself and leave. So like I mentioned to you guys, do not get yourself in that bind and don't trust unless you have people in your PayPal or your accounts like family that you already know, and sometimes not even your family you could trust. You send them $2 and a little bit extra, and they're looking at you like, I ain't sending that back to you. At least they're like in your face thieves. They'll be like, I ain't sending that back to you. That was your mistake, your loss. Some family will do that to you. But long story, like I mentioned to you guys, if you guys ever gonna use it, don't get jinx like I got jinx on um like I got on the accounts, because you're not gonna get your money back. It's not worth it, and it's very sad. It's very sad. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I am at my drop, and I'm gonna turn on and I'm gonna go and work my a little extra today. But I just wanted to come on and let you all know that all is well. God is good. All right. And she is grateful because God is good. So I want to come on and let you all know that. And life is life in. You do not get very and well doing. Okay. Continue to push through. And I know it's not easy. It could be financially, emotionally, mentally. I don't know what your struggle. I don't know what your tribulation. I don't know what it is that you are fighting or going through right now. But I just want to let you all know, do not give up. Don't you dare give up on yourself. You keep pushing, okay? Because Paulette is pushing through regardless of what she's going through. All right. I love y'all.